What's up YouTube, this is Roy from ThirdDuelist, and we got Zane with us, and he's going to be profiling his Monarchs.
Alright, Monarchs is a very, very fun deck that I've wanted to build for a long time. The tribute control is really good, and it brings your opponent easily down to your level, just doing your fun shenanigans. For the main, I run 3 Ryza and 3 Caius. These are the main 3 regular Monarchs that I run. They're really, really, really good for power control. Caius, banish a card. Ryza, put one on top of the deck. Great control. For the final Monarch, I run 1 Mobius because back row fucking sucks. And Mobius says no to back row, and that's really nice. And they're 24 beaters. So for the Megas, I run 2 Mega Caius because Mega Caius is the powerhouse of the deck. Easily able to get out, 2000 beater, banishes a bunch of stuff, and inflicts damage, which is really nice. For the other Megas, I run 1 Ryza and 1 Mobius. The Ryza is by far my favorite card on the deck, just because he recycles your Stormforce, and he just is a pain in the ass to deal with for a lot of people. The Mobius is just for more back row destruction. For the hand and battle traps, I guess you can call them, I run triple Fader, and then triple Jack Frost because special summoning and stopping attacks is great, and they're tribute fodder. There's no downside to them, I don't think, except that Jack Frost targets, which kind of sucks. But for the spells, I run triple Duality. I don't really special summon a whole lot. I special summon during my opponent's turn most of the time, so this hurts me none in draw power. Triple Stormforth because you need this card in your deck. Let you try tribute with their monster. It's non-targeting, non-destruction removal. It's absolutely fantastic to use, and it's such a good card. Along with the triple Stormforth, I run the triple Tenacity. Tenacity is just your main searcher for your spells and traps. You can reveal Monarch, search any card that you need, pretty much, your Stormforce or your Marches. And Marches is my favorite protection, just because it just says your Monarchs can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, which is insane in a lot of senses, because it makes Mirror Force, Bottomless, Torrential, a lot of stuff just say die. Along the spells, I run the 2 MST because it's MST, and if you're not running MST this format, there's a problem. For the one-ofs, the 1 Return because Return is a searcher, and after a while you get tired of searching because you have nothing but Monarchs in hand. Pretty self-explanatory. The 1 Raigeki, I don't think I need to explain Raigeki. Terraforming for the Void Expansion. Void Expansion is a very, very, very good field spell for Monarchs, just because it gives you a token every standby phase. So that way you always have tribute fodder, and it forces out MSTs, which is really good against this deck. For traps, I run the 2 Mirror Forces because Mirror Force, for mirror forcing reasons, I guess. I run the 1 First of Monarchs just for the body, the tribute fodder, and for the easy megas. The discarding kind of sucks, but if you have a workable hand, you don't really need it, and it's just a good one-of. And then I run the 3 one-of staple traps, Compulse, Solemn, and Bottomless because it's Compulse, Solemn, and Bottomless. I don't think I need to explain reasons why these cards are good.
Alright, so obviously there's no extra deck, so I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So for the staple traps, why don't you like Torrential?
Torrential ends up hurting me a lot more early game. I play defensively more with these. I like Compulse over Torrential, I like Bottomless over Torrential because a lot of stuff can avoid Torrential very hard. And so Torrential is honestly very situational for me. I don't like destroying my own stuff, especially if I don't have a March on the field. And if I do have a March on the field, but I don't have any tribute summon monsters, if I have like a Fader or a Jack Frost, it's kind of bad.
All right. I know you've explained to a couple of us why you like Mirror Force over Deep Prison, but would you like to explain it to our viewers?
I prefer Mirror Force over Deep Fissure because Mirror Force stops cocky players. I feel like a lot this format, there are a bunch of cocky players who just go straight into back row, and this hurts them the most. Deep Fissure is good But this is just targeting. This does not target. It just destroys, which is very good. Mirror Force nowadays, or Deep Prison, a lot of cards can stop targeting. So just having the regular destruction is just perfectly fine. And then with a lot of decks running macro or defissure, it's a walking defissure, especially if you for some reason are playing Dark Wall.
All right. Is there any numbers of cards you would like to test out in different ways, or anything you would change? Like, is any numbers that you have with the Monarchs clogging right now?
After testing for a while, this is a new build of it. After testing, I have found that this is my most consistent build. I wish I could run more Stormforce, but that's just a personal thing because I never seem to draw them when I need them. The Mobiuses I like just because it's spell and trap destruction, and a lot of times back row hurts me, especially if I don't have a March. As for that, I'm waiting for the Vassals, but I doubt we'll get them for a long time. Because the Vassals will make this deck vastly better.
For the hand battle traps, are they ever cloggy? With 3 of each?
Kind of, but I feel like they're needed at 3. Because if I don't have them at 3, I feel like it's like, oh, I take out 1 Fader and 1 Jack Frost, and I put them for 2 random cards. I don't see those random cards, and I always I needed that Jack Frost or I needed that Fader at that time. And it's just tributing. So since I have a lot of the tributing monsters since it's Monarchs, I feel like having the extra clog, if I do brick with it, just having that fodder for tribute is just insane.
All right, if you could name one deck, doesn't necessarily have to be one of the meta decks, but any one deck that you just have a really, really hard time against, what deck would that be?
Probably Spirit Beasts. Just because Spirit Beasts get around a lot, and if I don't have the cards, if I don't have the answers to it, like if I don't have tribute fodder for myself, if I don't have my Stormforce, Ritual Beasts can just sit there and just toolbox and while I'm sitting there doing nothing, which really, really, really sucks.
All right, I think that's all the questions I have. If you guys have any suggestions or criticisms of the deck, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. If you like the content that you just saw, you can click over here on all these other links and check out the rest of our channel.
And if you liked our stuff, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and tell us what you thought in the comments below.